What's up, everybody? This is XXXDEADHEAD, and you already knew that. Okay, so for this video I wanted to talk a little bit about my bike, and then also maybe my possible future bike, my possible future grammatical abilities, my possible future, I don't know. Let's talk. Alright, so I have a 2012 Harley Davidson Iron883 that's been bored out to a 1200cc bike. So it's basically like the Harley Davidson Nightster. Talked about this before, and I've told you I like the bike. These are all things that we know. And let's get out of here. So I test rode the Night Rod, I've test rode the Fat Bob, and I test rode the CVO, all from Harley. And I felt like those were all very smooth bikes and very nimble for their size. And they are. They very much are. When I was looking at getting this bike, a few things popped up on the internet, right? Because the internet's full of really intelligent wisdom and honesty, and there's practically no sarcasm or like assholes on the internet, right? You know what I mean? It's very just, it's such a totally chill place. I know my comment section is all of those things for sure, and I'm not even like trying to be sarcastic or lie or make a joke here at this point. I'll take a moment here to say I am so impressed at the lacking number of trolls that I have on my channel. Kind of blows me away. I've never, in all my years of watching YouTube videos, I just kind of assume that it was like for every great subscriber you got 2 trolls, and I kind of feel honestly that I have just amazing subscriber after amazing subscriber, and if I have any trolls, they're totally in the closet. They're closet trolls. Does that mean they're gay? So anyways, what was I talking about? Something about, oh, the internet told me that this bike, every time I hit like a joist or a joint on the freeway, like where the concrete slabs meet the concrete slabs, that like, or if this pothole, that's like a kidney buster. Like you'll feel your kidney erupting within your body on every single like tiny little crack. Like, and no, that's not the case. One myth busted. This is Mythbusters here. This episode, call it Mythbusters, maybe. And so the other things I heard about this bike is you'll make it like 70 miles and then the gas gauge comes on. Well, that's almost true. I make it like 85, whatever, before the gas gauge comes on, 90 something miles. Anyways, it has a small gas tank, a 3.3 gallon tank. I've gone about 120 miles after the bore kit, the big bore kit. Before I filled up, I probably could have made it, you know, whatever, another 10 miles or 15 miles or whatever, I don't really know. But it's got 11.5-inch shocks in the back on this bike, and I've already put the heavier grease up front, but I need to probably switch out and, you know, the front forks, the springs in there, and put some better springs up front. And then I'm going to increase the shocks in the back from 11.5 to about 13.5. And I'm going to go with I'm in the market for some good shocks. So if you know of any, I know Progressive is the one that's good, but then I'm told by, you know, One Camp swears by Progressive. Works Performance was another one that was thrown at me, and the reason for them is that they're completely rebuildable shocks. You know, you have to rebuild your shocks or buy new ones, and these are completely rebuildable. So I'll be able to keep these shocks, like it's a good investment, and they're also less expensive than Progressive. But I'll be able to maintain these shocks for a long time, right? For forever, maybe, possibly. Maybe not forever, but whatever. So I'm looking at those shocks. Well, I mean, if you have any other ideas of shocks that you can put on a Harley Sportster, you know, let me know. I know some guys put the air shocks on them from the old like Road Kings and stuff. I'm looking for something that'll maneuver and handle really well out in the twisties, and also be a good set of shocks for touring on. But mainly going through the twisties. That's 9/10 of my riding right there, or 8/10, or it's a big chunk. So those other bikes were very comfortable, and it's weird because the Harley Sportster, one of the great internet things out there. Hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're on YouTube. He's telling me nice camera. It's funny. I get that a lot. Nice camera, but my bike sucks. When I'm not wearing the camera, everybody says nice bike. I was talking about something and I lost it. That's what happens, guys. You'll lose what you're talking about. Anyways, everybody calls on the internet, not everybody, but most, you know, the intelligent ones call the Sportsters the girl's bike. Now, okay, let's just say this is the girl's bike, right? This bucking bronco, wild horse, this old, like, 1972 or 1967 Impala, however you want to look at it. And this thing, you feel the bumps, it's gritty, it's raw, you've got the rumble, it's got power, it's got, I mean, it is, in my eyes, just the essence of Harley. Let's just say it's the girl's bike. Then what does that make the Dyna and the Softail series? You know, like all the other Harleys that are out there that are like so much more luxury, like just smooth as butter, so graceful. So anyways, for those of you that are looking at getting into a Sportster, just know, in my opinion, it's an awesome bike. It captures that essence of like the old school Harley, which I have to admit, for me, there's a little bit of like a romance there, I guess, with the old school Harley idea. I'm not a Harley fanboy by any means. I hate chrome. I hate it. I don't mind a little bit of chrome. In fact, I love the little bit of chrome that I have on this bike. But man, I'm just not about like glossy paint and chrome. For me, I'm just not into it. And that's most of what Harley is, right? That's what most of cruisers are. And so I'm really happy that they've kind of stepped away from that and gone with more of the flat black and blacked out stuff and powder coated engines and all that. It matches more of my style, and I'm, you know, for me, I'm a huge like World War I, World War II buff, and this bike just kind of reminds me of like that era. For some reason, like some part of the aesthetics of this bike just reminds me of like the old World War II type of bikes that were out there. And that's one of the reasons I became, you know, I fell in love with this bike. So anyways, that's all I have for you. I love this bike. I love those other bikes, and I don't think that like the Dynas are a girly bike. I don't think the Softails are a girly bike. You know what? I think I left my my license plate flipped in this whole time. Could have gotten pulled over. Yep, there it is. But yeah, this is the bike. You guys have seen it before. And maybe you can see that whole World War II type of look that I was talking about. But I absolutely love this bike. I love the fact that it has that rumble. And for me, this is, you know, it's given me my first impression of what it is to ride a Harley. And that's, it's got some vibration, it's got some grit, it's got some, you know, the rawness to it. You feel the wind right in your face. You feel the bumps, you feel the road, you feel it. You feel everything, and it gives you that emotional connection with the road, because you feel it. You're sensing on all these levels the experience, and that's what I really love about this bike. And I didn't find that with the bigger bikes. I'm not saying that they're worse by any means. They are better in comfort and luxury, but that's not exactly what I wanted to get into motorcycling for. It wasn't for the technology. It wasn't for the comfort, it wasn't for the luxury, it was just for, you know, how it was going to make me feel, how it was going to transcend who I am and magnify who I am as a person. And I am about, you know, raw and, you know, energy and all that stuff. So I like this bike. That's my official stance. I'm sticking with it. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe out there. Ride safe, and catch you guys on the flip side. Yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out.